Hi everybody, Craig here. Going to be walking you through a new app that I'm getting ready to post up here real quick. It's going to be actually a family of apps. The first one is a guys, boys, men's lacrosse tracking application. Got a women's lacrosse version that's specific to that coming soon, and then a hockey one that I'm also working on right now, sort of all variation of a theme. To get going on this one, let's go ahead and have you click down here on the LAXGameTrack icon. That'll fire up the application. I'm going to bring you into the main display here, which is going to be, should hopefully look like something you're used to seeing, which is a lacrosse field. When you first fire the app up, you really can't start recording any stats until you have a game. You can't do a game until you have a team. You got to set up a roster for a team. So first thing I'm going to do is drop you into down here in the center section. You click on Teams. You can see I have some, and I'll show some stuff in some of the other subsequent video installments that talk about some of this other stuff so you can see some of the context of it. But for this one, you'd come up and this would be blank for you. All you got to do to create a new team is click on the plus button up here. Come over, put in a team name. We're going to call this one Test. Go ahead and start adding some players in right over here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Add button. And we're going to set up a John Doe and a Jack Smith or something like that. So John Doe and John's... oh, he's 33. And how about a midi? So he's a mid. And let's say he's a right-handed shooter. I mean, you can keep track of right or left-handed shooters for stats and that kind of stuff. So, okay, we got something here. Now we're going to go ahead and you can see he's in the list. You get to see what he has. I'm going to go ahead and click another one here and add another one in real quick. So we're going to call this one, how about Jack Smith? And it looks like Jack must be 22. I know he's an attack guy. Okay, and let's make him a lefty for just grins and giggles. Okay, if we drop back here now, you can see, okay, I got a team, it's Test, got a couple of players that are set up into the roster. Going to add some games. You can add as many games as you have for the course of the season. Same thing for teams, players, all that stuff is all pretty much open-ended for how you need to use it. But you have to have a game to record stats and context too, because you always do stats for a game. So in this case, we're going to add a game, so you can do that. Click the Add button. You can see I've automatically pulled down the set of home players. If you have more you need to add often for us, like when you have a varsity game or something, they'll roll players up from JV. So I'll make a quick spin through before the game here to make sure I have all the players. And so there's an Add button here. It works just like the previous one. If you add it here, they're just onto the team roster. I'm going to go ahead and give the other team a name. We're going to call it Other. And down here, I went ahead and pre-populated 50 players. It's so that you basically don't have to enter this stuff, at least how we tend to use it. The section that's at the lower area here, it's all by number, right, is what they really care about. We don't tend to actually put in the other players' names and that kind of stuff. If you want to, you can tap this. It'll take you over. You can enter in the data, right? So you can do that. That's not a problem if you want to. But otherwise, we try to make it as easy as possible. Also, you can keep track of who started games. So let's go ahead and say that both these guys started. And, we'll slide a couple down here. And again, this is all scrollable. So, 3 folks. At this point, pretty much you're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and click back over here onto the field. And so now you're back into the main area of the application. This is where you record everything. And the last thing I'm going to show you is how to activate a game. So you activate a game. If you notice up here at the top of these portlets, and these are all scrollable, it says game, tap to select, right? So if you just tap on it, it brings up a list of teams. It's the Test team. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. The game I want to activate is Test versus Other. And now notice everything just populated here, right? I got data here, right? I got the quarter information for time of possession, hot players. Nobody's played anything, no stats yet, so there's nothing there. I'm going to go ahead and sign off on this one, and we're going to go ahead and pick the next one up with basically doing that same step of activating a team, and then we're going to go through and start doing a bunch of recording of the actual stats and that kind of stuff.